This time, Supercross lands in Indy with KTM's Dungey and Musquin blazing a trail of domination. AMA Pro Flat Track gets things going in Daytona. Arenacross invades Mississippi for a turn-clogging, bar-banging, action-filled race. And they reset the points. GNCC moves to Georgia for Mudfest 2015, and we've got bikes and ATV action. All that and more only on the Racer X Show. Hello and welcome. This is the Racer X Show. I'm your host, Greg, and we've got all that stuff plus road race news about MotoGP, Daytona 200, a recap video from Larry Pegram in World Superbike, and more. It's fun and packed, so let's go.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Acherubi's Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Alrighty, so the opener this week is the Supercross segment brought to you by Acherubi's. And this is what I'm thinking. When KTM sweeps the top step of the podium, it's an eyebrow raiser. Then they do it twice in a row, and you might give it the old, huh, you don't say face. 3 times in a row, and it's the old, now you're talking, full body expression. And when the Indy round of the 250 East race of the Monster Energy Supercross series finished up Saturday night, piece number 1 of domination was in place. First things first, not making the main event, a huge surprise was second in points Jeremy Martin on the Yamaloop Star Racing Yamaha. That, in effect, left a wide open podium spot and an opportunity for Red Bull KTM's Marvin Musquin to really open up his points lead. But early on it was number 47 Rockstar Husqvarna's Martin Davalos who took the point, with number 1 Geico Honda's Justin Bogle close behind, until a charging Musquin made this move, and it's au revoir for the Frenchman. Davalos in a podium position had trouble with the pesky whoops, and he goes down. Then Justin Bogle made a mistake, but he'd pick it up and finish second. But with 22 seconds in hand, it was the heel clicker to the no-hander. Congratulations to Geico Honda's RJ Hampshire, the rookie's first Supercross podium, only the 5th to do so this year. But now, we hear from Marvin Musquin.
And I got into the lead pretty quick. I was really happy about my riding today. I made some passes really quick, and I feel like I adapt to the track, pretty quick, and I find different lines, and feels good,
Musquin puts another 3 points between himself and Bogle, with the no-show Martin slipping down to 3rd. Okay, we know that Red Bull KTM's Ryan Dungey is dominating the 450 class, and it's very impressive. But I've been keeping my eye on Weston Pike, the Autotrader.com Toyota Yamaha rider who won his heat and was the fastest of them all. So now I'm thinking, finally, here we go. But when the gate dropped, it was once again number 29 BTO Sports KTM's Andrew Short with the early punch. But number 5 Dungey was not playing around. He knows that this is Supercross and anything can happen. Number 22 Discount Tires Chad Reed, the example. With Dungey out front, riders are pushing to keep up with him. Here, Geico Honda's Eli Tomac goes down. Soon after, number 4 Yoshimura Suzuki's Blake Baggett pinned for the 3 count. For number 41 Trey Kennard, Team Honda HRC, he was 11th off the start. But here, with number 23 Pike, big jump, close pass, that was for 3rd. But it wasn't all clear sailing for Kennard. A massive unscripted stoppie, he'd save that and a podium spot. But the man of the night, Dungey, wins number 19 of his Supercross career. Dungey is the final piece of the puzzle, 3 in a row for KTM's domination of the class, and it ties him 9th on the all-time win list with the famed Damon Bradshaw. Dungey's on fire.
It's awesome to win these races. This track was tough today, and the only reason I say that was practice. Everybody was so close. We were all running the same pace, and it was going to take something more to bridge that, or to open up that lead if we got the whole shot. My heat wasn't so hot, but the main event start was way better, so Dunlop tires are hooking up.
The question now is, does anyone have an answer for Red Bull KTM's Ryan Dungey? Right now, he looks unstoppable. You can catch Supercross live on Fox Sports 1 Saturday from Detroit. Race coverage begins at 7 p.m. East, 4 p.m. on the left coast. And that's our Supercross segment presented by Acherubi's. And now to the roundy round type of racing. Turning left, It's called the AMA Pro Flat Track Series, also known as some as Dirt Track. And last Thursday, the season opened up, as it usually does, in Daytona Beach, Florida, for 2 nights of short track racing. With the 25-lap Harley-Davidson GNC1 presented by Vance & Hines main event underway, the action was all up front. Number 80 is Suzuki-mounted Stevie Bonzi. He's leading a Honda-stacked field. Now, with the laps winding down, Bonzi was leading number 1 plated Jared Mees on his Montgomeryville Cycle Honda and number 2 plated Kenny Coolbeth on his Zanatti Racing Honda. To commentators Chris Carr and Scotty Dubler.
This is money time. He's had 24 mistake-free laps. Let's see if he can make it 25.
And Bonzi hang on. Final lap. Oh, he gets sideways, but Meese had to check up. Here they come down the back straightaway. It's Bonzi. Meese right there in second. Coolbeth showing a wheel. Can anything happen? Coming to the line. Off of turn number 4. Double checkered flag is in the air. Bonzi takes the win.
Victory by a mere .123 seconds for the Californian. His 3rd career victory.
Thank you guys for coming out and supporting. This track is amazing for you guys to watch. It's like a stadium. I really appreciate it, and you guys need to hit some more races this year. Come see some good battles.
Moving on to Friday night's GNC1 main event, where the track in Daytona is always different, from day to night, from night to night, so we usually have much different results. And in the Harley-Davidson presented by Vance & Hines race, second round, we sure did. The start was frantic, and number 17 Zanatti Racing's Henry Wiles in there, with number 14 Briar Bauman on his Hart Racing machine. But the beginning of lap 2 would tell the race story. Here's Chris Carr.
44 down low, and 2 trying to sneak up the inside. Has the track position on the inside.
Coolbeth.
Kenny Coolbeth, number 2.
Man.
If this guy sets sail right now, these guys are in trouble.
And Scotty Dubler was right for the lead anyway. Number 2 Zanatti Racing's Kenny Coolbeth, the winningest active rider with 33, was heading to his 34th and take round 2 in Daytona. Brandon Robinson fought with Slammin' Sammy Halbert for second, just under 2/10 the margin on that fight. For Kenny, he sure was excited to win his 34th.
Oh man, these guys, all these guys in the red and black shirts, amazing. Cully, pipes he built, badass. Everybody, Dave Zanatti, love you to death, man. Steve Polk, everybody, Dave Atherton, Kevin Atherton, everybody. It's a great feeling.
Coolbeth leads him. Mees is a bit of a shocker, 4th, 14 back, but a long way to go to the finals on October 10th. Now on to our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. A quick congratulations to Danny Eslick, who took the $25,000 prize for winning the Daytona 200 on Saturday afternoon. 3 red flags made for a long day. The MotoGP paddock just wrapped up 3 days of testing at the LaSalle circuit in Qatar. Even with rain stopping things on day 3, it was the factory Ducatis that impressed, coming away 1-3 fastest at a record-breaking pace. Ducati is now into the completely new GP15 motorcycle they'll race at the end of the month. That's very exciting for the Ducatisti and for MotoGP in general. And this weekend, the second round of the FIM World Superbike Championship happens in Thailand at the new Chang International Circuit. Now, American Larry Pegram, who now owns and races on the Hero EBR team, riding the Wisconsin-made EBR 1190RX, has finally released the Round 1 recap video. So, here it is.
So a Team Hero EBR week recap. We tested on Monday and Tuesday, and Nick had everybody talking. Basically showed that we're here not to mess around. He was inside the top 10 and at 1.1 second off the fastest time, which is a little bit better than we had done last season. For me, it wasn't a good Monday and Tuesday because I was on the toilet with stomach flu most of the week. And come to the race weekend, Nick did really good in qualifying. Me, not quite as well. Nick was in the Super Pole. And then, unfortunately, in the first race, while running near the top 10, he had a little off and hurt his ankle. But is your ankle okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's hurting a little bit, but I wasn't able to race in race 2. But for Thailand, would be at 100%. So I'm really happy about the weekend, and the team is doing an amazing job, and the bike is really better than what I expected. So I'm really happy, and I can't wait for Thailand, honestly, because I'm not happy that he's leading the
and then in the second race, I got points. I got 14, I got points, so now he's all mad. But honestly, in the second race, I think he had a good chance to be inside the top 10, which just shows how much progress we've made this year. And we're both looking forward to Thailand. It's going to be a great season for us. So
I agree at 100%. So see you in Thailand.
We should have another recap for you next week, but until then, you can check out the World Superbike races beginning at 7:30 a.m. East on Sunday morning on BN Sport Network. 3 hours of coverage, and that is our road race segment presented by Yoshimura. Saturday night, the 9th round of the AMSOIL Arenacross featuring Ricky Carmichael's Road to Supercross raced up the Lander Center in Southaven, Mississippi, signifying the final race before the playoff-inspired Race to the Championship starts. Now, the top 10 in points will race the final 6 events to determine the 2015 champion. And one night after he earned his 4th Arenacross overall victory, Husqvarna Tylube Tough Racing's Kyle Regal capped off a dominant weekend Saturday by winning again. Number 4 Regal's path to victory started in Main 1 when he grabbed the hole shot. Behind him, a pileup collected several contenders, including number 116 Thermotech FMC Racing Yamaha's Bobby Canary, Team Babbitt's Monster Energy AMSOIL Kawasaki teammates Matt Gerke and Jacob Hayes, and Husqvarna Tylube Tough Racing's number 617 Gavin Faith and more. Team Babbitt's Chris Blos was able to escape the fray and slot into second. As a result of the incident, Regal and Blos opened a nice gap over the field. And with those two checking out, all eyes were on Hayes as the number 2 made the pass on Babbitt's Online Suzuki's Corey Green for 4th. But no matter how hard anyone tried, no one could catch number 4 from Texas, Kyle Regal. Off the start in Main 2, it was a trio of Kawasaki's at the front, with a sprinkle of Regal mixed in for fun. Number 2 Hayes, number 36 Matt Gerke, number 63 Chris Blos. Eventually Regal started to charge, first passing Blos. Meanwhile up front, Hayes was leading. Gerke ripped the whoops to blast past his teammate for P1, and that would be that for the win. As for the overall, Regal moved past Hayes for second, giving him the 1-2 and first back-to-back wins of the season, so he deserves an interview.
Put my head down for a lap and hold him off, and pays off. I got the overall.
Points are reset, but 6 awarded to whoever was leading when they reset. 5 for second and third, and so on. It's now game on in the race to the championship. You can watch round 8 of the AMSOIL Arenacross series from Southaven Sunday on Fox Sports 1 at 1 p.m. East, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tune in and check it out. 2015 AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis landed in Washington, Georgia for the annual Maxxis General GNCC. Maybe it should have been called the Maxxis Mud Bath, with a bunch of rain leading up to Sunday's race at Iona Pass Motocross Park. However, that mud and muck didn't seem to bother factory FMF KTM's Caleb Russell. Russell grabbed the early lead with a $250 all balls racing hole shot, but Air Group Rockstar Energy Husqvarna's Ryan Sipes tucked in close behind and applied the pressure to the 2-time champ early on. When lap 1 was done, Russell had dropped back to 4th place, but it wasn't long before he made up the time and gained the lead once again. As for Sipes, the Kentucky rider got stuck in a mud hole on the second lap. Sipes lost a substantial amount of time working his way out. He spent the rest of the race playing catch-up. Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing's Josh Strang was riding well in second place, but not without drama. The 2010 GNCC National Champ came into the pits for a quick front wheel swap with a broken rotor. He returned a couple positions back. Rocky Mountain ATV MC's Duval was off the pace a bit. A late in-race charge put him into the final podium position heading into the final lap of racing. But no one could touch Caleb Russell, 2 for 2. NFAB Ampro Yamaha's Jordan Ashburn went head-to-head with JCR Honda's Chris Bach to capture 4th place. Caleb and Ashburn a perfect 1 and 2. It's early days, but someone needs to get this Caleb Russell thing sorted out, or it's going to be a long season for the rest of them. The XC2 Pro Lights class saw one of the most exciting battles of the day between Dirtwise Maxxis Jason Thomas and Rocky Mountain ATV MC's Nick Davis. 11 seconds your margin of victory. Davis holds a 4-point lead over Thomas in the XC2 Pro Lights Championship standings as the series heads to North Carolina in 2 weeks for the FMF Steel Creek GNCC. All right, round 2 of the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country ATV Series presented by Maxxis was the day before on Saturday, and it was even more muddy than the bike race on Sunday because rain fell throughout the day, making it sloppy and difficult for all the riders. But last week's runner-up, Adam McGill, won the 2-hour slugfest to put himself in the XC1 Pro Points lead for the first time since 2008. When the green flag waved, it was Braden Henthorn who snagged a $250 AMSOIL XC1 Whole Shot Award. But getting close to putting lap 1 in the books, it was Brian Wolf who took over out front. However, CST Lone Star's Adam McGill came out swinging and made a pass on Wolf just before the first lap was complete. As for 6-time GNCC National Champ Chris Borich, the Maxxis SSI Fly Yamaha racer experienced a mechanical issue and forced him into the pit area. Maxxis B. Neal Motorsports' Bryson Neal began the race just outside the top 5, but the young gun quickly started picking off riders to get to the front. Neal's crew decided to pit on the second lap opposite the rest of the field, working to his advantage. He moved into second just before the halfway mark. But McGill was strong and extended his lead about 30 seconds during the second half of the 2-hour race, capturing his first victory of the season in Georgia. NFAB AmPro Yamaha's Walker Fowler put on a hard charge during the final lap, making his way from 6th to 3rd in the final moments. The snapshot after 2, McGill with 4 over Fowler. Borich, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get this championship back. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the ATV Supercross from Daytona will be up and ready for viewing on RacerTV.com. Over 55,000 people tuned in to watch it live, and now you can watch it forever. Visit RacerTV.com every day for this show and great race action. We want you to get out and watch some racing. Supercross lands in Detroit at Ford Field Saturday night. SupercrossOnline.com for tickets. Arenacross kicks off the race to the championship in New Orleans at the Smoothie King Center. The Kendon National Enduro Series races near Gainesville, Texas. And yes, Caleb Russell is racing, so check that out. In Wortham, Texas, WMX races Freestone. Stay in Texas, Scramble Cross finally kicks off at Askey Ranch, a brand new series to watch or race. So go check it out and be a race fan.
The Racer X Show with Greg White is being presented by Cherubies, Soul and Passion, and by Yoshimura, the leader in performance exhausts.
Another full show. That was acting. Now the race season's in full swing and I am digging it. So we're getting out of here. But please check out all of our social media links. Twitter and Instagram, it's Racer X Show. On YouTube, it's The Racer X Show. Like us, follow us. Feel free to post this show around. We love it and we certainly appreciate it. You can follow me personally on Twitter. It's at Greg White. Well, for the fine crew here at The Racer X Show and Racer TV, I'm Greg. And remember, we are all racing all the time. See ya.